today we're going to talk all about Amazon PPC, but specifically DSP, which is a new feature that Amazon has on the demand side. It allows you to run off Amazon ads to drive customers back to Amazon or to your website. We brought on one of the top Amazon PPC agencies on our platform. Jay and Jeremy run the agency. Jay and Jeremy, how are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate you joining us. Why don't you tell people a little bit about you and how you got into Amazon and PPC, a little bit about your agency, and then we'll dive right into it.
Yeah, so we started on Amazon in 2008, so we've been doing this a while. We started as a seller, and we were primarily importing from the UK. And over time, we ended up getting a lot of referrals from UK providers that had other people they knew in the UK that wanted to sell on Amazon but didn't have an account. And so that's how we got into providing consulting services. And for the last 5 years, that's really been the core of our business, and primarily around PPC. We do other things, listing content and things like that, but we really focus on the PPC side for the most part. We currently have around 47 clients in 63 regions, and we work primarily with clients that do $50,000 a month or more in sales and want to do more with advertising.
Awesome. And throughout this video, if anyone wants to meet Jay or Jeremy, shoot us an email, ask for them. You get a special 5% discount off free up fees. Free up fees are normally 15%, so you get them for 10%. Jeremy, why don't you take it away? Tell us about DSP.
All right. So DSP is basically Amazon's new challenger to Google Display Ads. But the benefit for Amazon sellers, of course, is it's all about your Amazon products, where you can do Google ads and send them to your direct website. These Amazon ads are off Amazon ads to your Amazon products on Amazon. So where does DSP fit in the landscape? So on the left of this diagram, you have your standard Seller Central or AMS advertising. You've got your sponsored display, your sponsored product ads, all of those ads you've been running for the last several years. On the right-hand side is what's called DSP, or the demand side platform. This used to be only available through Amazon Managed Services, which means somebody at Amazon managed it for you. And you had to spend a minimum of $35,000 over a 3-month period to participate in this program. The DSP side is enterprise self-service. And while they call it self-service, you can only get it through an agency like ours, because the agency has to go through a certain level of training in order to offer and provide the service for this. But now you can do it without having to have that $35,000 minimum spend. And that's really the key benefit for sellers that don't have budgets of $35,000. So why is Amazon doing this? Now, everyone knows about the Amazon flywheel. You create a great customer experience that will drive more shoppers. If you have a lot of customers, then you're going to get more people that want to sell. They're going to create more products, and it's just a continuous flywheel. What Amazon needs right now is they need you to bring shoppers to the flywheel, okay? So the old way was you would build your brand on Amazon, and you would just take advantage of all the traffic there. Put your products on Amazon, they have a lot of shoppers, you get to sell a lot of stuff. And so that was easy. A few years ago, it was easy. You put your products up, you game the system with some fake reviews, you get some sales velocity, you get position 1, you kind of stick around, right? And so then you could use some ads to get to the top of the search page and compete with all those guys that were doing the fake reviews. Now you could buy ads and get to the top of the page. And so over time, the marketplace continued to grow and grow and grow and grow. And as all the customers grew, so did the number of sellers, right? So it got to a point where it's highly competitive. There's too much competition. And now Amazon needs more shoppers, right? They need to put more people into the flywheel. And what they would like is for you, the brand, to bring those shoppers to Amazon. And that's what DSP is all about, is bringing more shoppers to your brand on Amazon from off the Amazon platform. But here's how the funnel of what that advertising looks like. On the left-hand side is the stuff you've been doing all along, your sponsored brand, sponsored product ads, etc. And on the right-hand side is DSP. And they have different types of ads or audience groups that you can use depending on where you want to reach people in the purchase funnel. So if you just want to make people aware of your product, nobody knows that your product exists, then you would use broader demographic markets. Whereas if somebody's already looked at your product but didn't purchase, you could use retargeting to go advertise your product to them on websites off of Amazon. Here are just some ideas of where you can put these ads. You can put them on Amazon properties. Those are a little more expensive. But you can also put them on third-party exchanges. Basically any website that uses third-party ads, Amazon has a relationship. And so you can put your ads on those websites. You can do all sorts of ads. You can do desktop ads, you can do interstitial ads, those big pop-up screens that come up. You can do mobile ads. You can do video. For most of our clients, we're all starting with primarily desktop display ads. We're doing some video. We're not using mobile interstitial for the most part. That usually requires a little much larger spend and a lot more of commitment in terms of creative and things like that. So we're really kind of focused on the desktop display ads and then any existing video you already have that we can use for in-stream. So getting access to DSP, why would you want to do it? First of all, is one, you want to expand your customer base beyond Amazon, right? You want to reach people that are not looking for your product, that are not already on Amazon. You can reach custom audiences built from Amazon data. So Amazon has data about all of their customers, and you can use that information to target people. And then, of course, you can use that same data. If you have your own mailing list, you can provide that to Amazon, and they'll actually create a lookalike audience based on your existing customers of other Amazon customers that look like that, and you can target those people. And so using all of this, you can be ahead of the competition in reach and frequency, reaching more customers off Amazon before they get to the platform. And as we already talked about, there are two options. You can have Amazon manage it for a big fee, or you can use a smaller agency like us, and you don't have those minimum commitment fees. So what does DSP do for you in terms of there is the ad piece, right? There's ads and it's driving people to your products, but they also provide these other insights that you can't get anywhere else. And so there's audience insights, which is basically Amazon will tell you about your brand and how people interact with your brand on Amazon, including how many people look at your products, how many people add them to cart, how many people purchase, and how many people come back and purchase again. That information isn't generally available, so that's something that would be new. Amazon audiences we already talked about are those audiences that you can go to Amazon and access them. And then advertiser audiences, again, are those where you provide them with your audience and they give you a lookalike. These are some of the insights that Amazon gives you about your brand. They'll tell you demographics, age, income bracket, who purchases your product, basically. They'll tell you when and what time of day a week they purchase. They'll tell you what other brands your product overlaps with, which will help you with product targeting ads. And then the brand engagement, which is, of course, the add to cart, come back and repurchase. So those things aren't available anywhere else. So that's really valuable information. But you have to be running ads through this platform in order to get that information. This is just some of the audiences you can get from Amazon. We won't go into details, but they have a number of different audiences that you can target for your product based on demographics, things they've looked at before on Amazon. If they're already looking for cowboy boots, you can show your cowboy boots, those types of things. These are the different ways that you can upload your own audience to Amazon. We already talked about giving them a list of your customers, but you can also put a pixel on your website. So anytime someone purchases, they automatically get added to the Amazon audience, and they'll automatically add new lookalike customers based on those people. So here's how the ads work. Basically, it's basically an AI platform for the most part. You tell Amazon who you want to target and when, and what products you want to use. They'll generate various different types of ads for you. You can create your own, but they have a tool that creates a bunch of them. They will put those ads on various different websites, and they'll figure out which ad works best on which website, and they'll continually learn and customize and display different ads on different websites based on performance for you automatically. Display ad features, basically I'm just going to jump in and show you what the ads look like. So there are different types of ads you can do. These are basically all the e-commerce ads that link directly to the product. You can do different calls to action. So these are, for example, add to cart. There's also a pre-order. So if you have products coming soon, pre-order is something that a lot of sellers are not taking advantage of. But start getting sales before the product launches so that you don't have to do that thing where you add a product but you pause it till inventory comes. Put it on pre-order. Let people order it right now. Start building that sales velocity before it even arrives. Right? So that's pretty new. If you have a coupon, it will pull in the coupon and show that to the shopper. You can also pick a specific customer review and highlight that in an ad, or there's the standard Shop Now button. And you can pick and choose from which of these you want to use, or you can just say, Amazon, I want you to use them all. You figure out which one works best, and then keep showing that one, and they'll do that for you. And so this is basically what DSP is. This is a little bit of how it works, just a quick 15-minute overview. Generally, you're going to want to have an initial budget in the $500 to $700 range for your initial couple of phases to understand who you're targeting and which target audiences work. And then your third phase can be to monetize those audiences that you narrow down over time.
How should people use this compared to Amazon PPC? Is it something that they're doing to complement it? Is it totally separate? How do you recommend going about it?
Right. So Amazon PPC is going to be your core advertising channel for now. It's still the most effective. It's still the most direct. There's fewer steps. And there is a direct correlation from click to purchase. DSP lacks the direct correlation from click to purchase unless you're a vendor central seller. On the seller central side, that direct link doesn't exist. So it's more measuring the metrics in terms of changes of sales. So DSP is going to be basically your next level PPC advertising. It's not going to be your first choice. It's going to be your next level. So if your core PPC is running strong, your ACOS is good, your sales are growing on a regular basis, you start there. That's all going well. DSP is where you drive more shoppers to those already winning products to just push them to the next level.
And is there any kind of minimum budget or any kind of budget that it compares to your Amazon PPC? Let's say you're running X amount on Amazon PPC, you should be doing X amount for DSP, or it doesn't work like that?
No, we don't have a ratio like that. What we generally recommend is that you allocate, we basically broke it into 3 phases. Your first phase is you go very broad. You choose a wide range of audiences that Amazon offers, match as many audiences as possible, do some preliminary demographic breakdown because Amazon has that data for you, but really go pretty broad. That's phase 1. We usually recommend between $200 and $400 depending on the price of your product. Phase 2 is you take the learnings from that, and now you know which customers click through, which audiences click through. You're going to narrow that down to the click-through audiences, and then you're going to measure and test which of those click-through audiences go to detailed page views. Those people have the highest chance of making a purchase. And so your phase 2 budget should be somewhere between $200 and $300. Phase 3, your budget would be defined based on all the data you collected in those first 2 phases. You're going to know what are my target audiences, what's their income range, what products do they look at, what other brands do they like. So you really have a good understanding of who you're targeting, and that's when you start to assign a budget based on profit and return. But the first 2 phases are really learning phases and where you're getting a lot of data.
What else should people know of whether it's the right fit for them? For example, is it the right fit for people that are only building their own brands? Is it the right fit? What else can you do to describe whether this is the right fit for someone?
I think some of the key criteria is you definitely want to be building your own brand. If you're a reseller of other people's brands, it's not going to be as effective for you. You most definitely need to have listings where you are the primary or sole seller for the most part. You need to have 99% plus buy box. And your product needs to sell for above $50.
Got it.
Because the click-through rate is significantly lower than it is on your standard PPC side. So you need to have a higher price point product for this really to be effective. Now, you can still allocate budget to run brand awareness, but you're not going to be anticipating a financial return, right? That's just awareness marketing, making people aware of your product. So in that regard, it can be helpful for new product launches. So if you're trying to make people aware of a new product, they've never seen it before, they don't know your brand, you can allocate money to create that awareness, but you're not going to be measuring that on a profit return basis.
Makes sense. Anything else people need to know about that or about your agency?
Not that I can think of. It's pretty high level. So if you need if you have questions or need more detail, just let us know. We're happy to take a look at the account and provide recommendations for DSP and see if it's a good fit. So.
Awesome. Jeremy, thanks for joining us. If you guys want the top PPC agency on our platform, shoot us an email, mention for Jay or for Jeremy. We'll introduce you to them either for your Amazon PPC or DSP needs. I know you guys are always staying on top of the current Amazon environment, which is constantly changing. So I'm excited to see what you guys are up to next.
Sounds great. Our next thing is going to be a new way to relaunch products that may have stagnated.
Whew, coming soon. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. Did you enjoy this content? If so, click like, leave us a comment, and subscribe to our channel so we can continue bringing you great content all about hiring.